The DIY jewelry tutorial. You will need an X-Acto knife, paintbrush, E6000 glue, scrapbook paper, scraps, and a glass pebble, and your diamond glaze. The first thing you will do will apply the E6000 glue to the flat surface of your pebble, evenly distributing it around the circle. Once you have completely applied the glue, you will then turn your pebble over and place it on the focal piece of the scrapbook paper in which you want to focus on. Slide it around to remove all bubbles from underneath the scrapbook paper and the glass pebble. Now your pebble has dried for at least 24 hours and it's time to cut around the paper and remove the excess paper from around the pebble. When you're using your X-Acto knife, you want to use the tip of the X-Acto, use a piece of flat cardboard underneath so you do not cut through the paper and onto your surface, damaging the surface of your table. So as you put pressure on the tip, go around the edge of the pebble as close as you can, removing all of the excess paper that's not needed in this focal piece. And be sure that you put enough pressure that you don't have to tear away paper, therefore leaving threads of paper behind. This will cause more of a cleanup for later on. And see, if you do have those tears, just take your X-Acto knife and clean up around the edges of the pebble to make straight, smooth lines so there's no white left over threads of paper on the pebble, because you want a complete look with no excess paper left behind. And make sure you keep your hands away from the blade. Always cut away from the body and not to the body. Now you have a clear, smooth edge around your pebble. Now it's time to take your diamond glaze, and apply smooth brush strokes across the edges of the pebble, covering the whole surface of the paper. This is going to seal your pebble so that if any excess water touches that paper, it will not damage or degrade the paper. It will make a nice clear shine and sealant all around the paper. As you can see, it's nice and smooth and shiny. You do have to wait 24 hours as well for this to dry, and then you will go to the next step of applying the E6000 glue to a bezel. This also will attach to the pebble. That will also require a 24-hour drying period for this process to be complete. Make sure you line up your pebble how you want it to hang, and that your image is in line with the bezel itself. And again, you will have to wait 24 hours for a drying period to assure that that bezel doesn't come loose or gets misplaced. And then you have a completed focal pendant. And here's an example of some previously completed focal pendants. And you can see you can do about anything you want as far as adding to your scrapbook paper. You get a really nice complete focal pendant. They're great gifts, and they can be very colorful.